Okay, everything is up and running. Welcome everyone. I'm Golden Free, and for some reason, oh, there's the notification. That's the fun little thing. Sometimes I just check on my phone to make sure that notifications are going out. But sometimes they do, and sometimes they come out late. Fun things. Anyway. Elden Ring. How much I... Sometimes it's how much I kind of just really, really wish you were not this massive open world design that you are. Alas, what can I do? Now, I want to just talk briefly about what I understand about the progress. Again, I believe this is like the last area that I've really explored. I'm not going to go trying to hunt every single boss. I don't even think that's possible. I know for a fact that if there were any bosses, say, in the older version of Leandol, they're gone. I don't know what happened. They've probably disappeared into the ether or something like that. But I think it's just a good chance to really sort of see what happens here. Because this is, what's her name? Oh, I cannot remember her name, but she's, Mikola's blade or whatever it is. Oh, actually, I should talk about that. That's probably the little thing I will talk about at the moment is I really kind of wish that there were some actual references back in the main game for the DLC. Now, that being said, I don't know how much of that is actually a thing or not. And I'll talk for context. Let's take the FromSoft Souls-like games in order. Demon's Souls has no DLC. There's no DLC, so there's absolutely no way you can have additional content to tie back into the main game. Dark Souls has the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, and that has a tie-in actually to the main game. So if you beat the DLC before beating a certain boss, which is a mandatory boss because you have to beat that boss in order to beat another boss, the intro cutscene for that boss completely changes. Like, they made a whole new cutscene if you beat the DLC before fighting this one boss. Oh, and the fight ends up even more tragic as a result. A Dark Souls 2 doesn't have any bosses that play out differently, but instead, and I'll probably talk about this a little bit, I'll talk about this again when I actually get to it in the DLC. If you beat all the DLC bosses, a conversation with an NPC will instead discuss more about the lore of the world and offer you an additional reward that lasts for that new game cycle. It's actually a pretty good one. And ideally, I probably should have gone for the bosses. Actually, no, I wanted the flower skirt. That's why I did it. That was a pain. But I can probably go get that bonus and talk about it then. Bloodborne has the Old Hunters DLC, and I actually don't know about Old Hunters. And that's because I never actually fully beat Bloodborne, or even went to the Old Hunters DLC. I actually don't even know if I've got Old Hunters on my PS4 account. It's kind of unusual in that sense. I don't remember. It's been such a long time, I'd honestly have to go in. Not only would I have to actually find my login and log back into my PlayStation account, and then I'd have to confirm on the store. But I don't think I need PlayStation Online for that. I can probably still get to the store anyway. That's a different thing. But yeah, I can't speak for that, and I also obviously can't speak for Dark Souls 3, which, please, FromSoft, put Dark Souls 3 on sale again at some point. You still can't have it for like 60 US on the Steam store, or 90 Australian in this case. That's a little bit much for as old as the game is, and I think probably if I couldn't get it on sale for PC for cheap, I'd probably look at getting it on PS4 or something like that. Trying to find a cheap version of the game online, not through something like login or CD key resellers. I mean, like a secondhand disc on eBay or something like that. That's perfectly fine. But it's funny because if those two games don't have any tiebacks in their DLC back into the main game, it wouldn't surprise me then if Elden Ring didn't either. But it's a shame because there's very clearly a reason to do so here in this very cutscene. Again, in Dark Souls, all it literally was a different cutscene intro for the boss. Nothing about the boss fight itself particularly changed. I'm pretty sure nothing particularly changed about the boss fight, but I'm fairly certain that another cutscene back in the main game to talk about you meeting whatever her face is here after beating the DLC, and it could be something like, you took out my brother, now I'm a blade without an owner, and I'll make you pay, or something like that. It's just a shame that it plays out the same, because it's that tiny little touch, it's those tiny little details that, to tie a DLC into a main game, that really, really sell it. It's kind of funny, actually. Like, I'm going to talk about Fallout 4 in this case, of all things. If we talk about DLCs that tie back into the main game, probably the closest we might get is Nuka World, actually. I was going to say Far Harbor, but it's actually Nuka World. And that's because if you do Nuka World storyline, unless you actually fight the raiders and become enemies again with them, you lock yourself out of Minutemen quest lines and the Minutemen faction, which is actually a big deal if you are only able to finish the game with the Minutemen due to either being unable to complete the Institute's quest line, or being enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel, or, being kicked out of the Institute, which is also another reason that you can't do the Railroad anyway. It's the same thing. She's the Railroad was not a great idea in its implementation. But I also don't like the Brotherhood of Steel in Fallout 4. I just don't like their use in the story. It's a shame too, because it's like, people might go, well, you can't really have factions like the NCR or anything like that. But it's like, all right, fair enough. But imagine what would happen if you had, say, the Gunners as a faction, which would be a really cool one to have, working as a merc faction. Or even if the DLC had allowed you to do a raider faction to take over the Institute and just wipe everything out. That would have also been a really good pick instead of Gunners. But hey, that ship has long since sailed. And, it might be 2027 or 2028 before we ever get anything more than a title screen for Elder Scrolls 6. Let alone what comes after that. I mean, Starfield was not a great game. Not by a long shot. But I digress. I just think that there could have been a little bit more work done just to tie the DLC back into the main game. Speaking of main game, let's make sure we have our summon. Dive in. Summon. Alright, I'm gonna wait for you to go in. And that's right, I'm gonna be doing this. Did I land a bleed? There's the bleed. Jeez Louise. Lady, please, what is this? Oh, lady, please. I don't know what that attack is, but it's like crazy. Oh, not again. I'm hoping I get enough blue flasks for this, because this is taking a little bit of... Can you get it? Yes. This is going to take a little bit of time, unfortunately. I think I might actually have to... Yeah, I think I have to just kind of focus entirely on blue flasks for this. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, just end me now, please. Yeah, there we are. That was taking too much damage. She's got that gimmick where she heals. Yeah, she's got this gimmick where she heals. And she did so many of those flippy dippy moves, whatever they are. I don't know what that flippy dip move is. Or how you're meant to avoid it. Hello. Welcome. How you doing today? Let me see. I kind of want to make sure that my flask is... There. I might do that. Eliminate all consumption for a couple of seconds and do something like that. Yeah. What's the name of that? Oh, by the way, chat seems to have broken again. I don't know what's going on. Give me a second. Let me try to fix that. Let me see. What's the name of that move? Waterfall Dance. Why, chat, have you decided to break today of all things? I am logged into Stream Elements. Let me just try refreshing things and see if that works. Overlays. And I'll try refreshing and we'll see what happens. Yeah, because the timer's coming up, but the chat is... Maybe it'll pop up. I don't know. Yeah, because that move... I mean, if you get hit by it, because there's so many hits, it's clearly a chance for the boss to heal a lot of HP. And I don't think... Rolling certainly doesn't cut it. Like... I think rolling away from the attack... I've done some of that. That hasn't worked for all of the hits. Rolling into the attack, I don't know. That hasn't worked either. And I don't know if running away is actually going to give you enough distance. Because the biggest problem that I'll have is if I run. Yeah, I mean, that's the running away for 2 waves and then going back in. I mean, seeing the attack is pretty obvious. It's the only attack at this stage where Melania gets a lot of airtime. So, I mean, probably seeing it is not too much of an issue. And I'm going to be honest, if it hits the golem summon, I'm not going to be too fast. Hold on, I actually should change the allocation of my flasks as well. So we'll go... I actually want to put everything into... We'll do that. I'm actually just going to go all in on blue. And we'll take that off for the moment. You can frostbite her mid-waterfall dance. I'll try the running away thing first. If I can't get the timing for running away and frostbite is a thing, then I guess I could probably make some freezing pots and give those a shot. I'll practice one way first, though. Yeah, I was talking before I started fighting Melania, but I really kind of wish that Melania had some sort of... So not the small ones, you need the big hefty ones. Alright. I really kind of just wish that there was like a little bit of a throwback from the DLC into even just this boss fight. Ow, she actually dodged the attack in amongst all of that. Get her. Oh, I'll take that. Nice work, Golem. Yeah, I think I kind of just want to play aggressively here. Okay, 1, 2. Ooh, okay. So she went for me that time. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Oh, geez, she recovers so... Actually recovers a ton of health. Yeah, the health recovery is probably the toughest part. This might be one of those cases where it's kind of like... Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Because it's kind of like... because the golem's so big and chunky, uh, she gets a lot of chances to heal, even though the golem's tough and survivable. Let me have a look what other ashes I have, because I don't think the Mimic Tear is going to cut it either. I kind of want someone fast. Tish could be interesting, just for being fast. I don't think anyone else here is going to cut it. All right. Let me have a quick look back at my back at the roundtable hold, and let me see if I've actually got a way to upgrade Tish. I think that was something that was going to stop me last time, is I don't think I've got a Grave Glovewort 5. Yeah, if it weren't for Melania's self-healing plus her attack patterns, I suspect that fight would be a lot easier than what it is, even without the big baby golem summon. Okay, I'm clearly unable to upgrade. I need a Ghost Glovewort 5. Alright. I can't believe I have to look up this resource. Let me see where I can get a Ghost Glovewort 5. Elden Ring, Ghost. I think I only need the 5. I think I've got everything else. Yeah, I mean, the bleed's doing damage. It's just the problem that, again, the summon was just allowing her to heal all the time. Hold on. Okay, according to 80's stance, yeah, she does take a couple of hits to knock down. I think with the dagger, it's fine if I build the bleed build up over time, because it'll do the trick. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe a fast summon like Tish might do the trick, just because Tish is at least gives the impression of being a bit zippy like the other Black Knights. Alright, I think I've got something here. According to this, apparently I have missed a chest back in Noskella, the Eternal City. So if I go show the underground, and I start looking for Noskella, I could use the Bone Knight. Well, either way, I'll still need to get a Glovewort 5, just because I don't have any Gloveworts. There's Noskella. Noskella Eternal City. I'll take here, and I'll have an explore around. All I know is apparently I have missed a chest somewhere in here. Somewhere in here that is supposed to include the Ghost Glovewort. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, new armor piece. Yeah, maybe somewhere like up there or something like that. I don't know. But I've typically struggled with 5s and... Oh, fan daggers. Alright, let's just run past these guys. Let's see what we have. Golden Room 10. It's supposed to be in a chest. So I'm looking for a chest that is supposed to be guarded by a bunch of those silver tears. Maybe in here? Nope, that's just another back end. Oh. Alright, so this probably isn't it because this is not guarded by silver tears, but could be something else. Night Maiden, Sword Mistress, Puppets. Nope, that's Spirit Ash. That's not it. Yeah, bleed that does dagger that does bleed naturally. Put frost on it. Take another dagger. Put fire on it. I could probably get away with something like that with. Hold on. So I have the great knife here, the blood great knife. I'd have to upgrade another dagger from here to include fire, or probably fire. I don't think I've got a fire dagger. I don't think there is one. Why is the ball? I think I'm gonna die, right? Wow, okay. This is gonna be really awkward. Bang. Alright, shooting blood at a metal ball. Yeah, I know. It's kind of awkward. The fact that the ball slowly rolls up to you and then you kind of just hide here and it can't touch you. Ah, whatever. Well, I'll take a larval tear actually, because I kind of need one. Alright, there's some more rooms I can go around, explore. Nothing wrong with a couple more golden rune tents. I don't think I'll ever get to use them, but might as well explore around. Oh. Well, okay, I don't really need that. Jeez. My strength is only 18. Which is enough for me to actually wield the lion great bow when I two-hand it. But I've only got 18 strength because I've mostly gone in towards dexterity and faith at this stage. Let's keep looking around. Again, it's got... I know it's a chest and it's supposed to be guarded by larval tears. Like, I've got a couple of other weapons that might work. And I mean, all these runes are going to be useful because I can actually use them to try and upgrade a weapon if I've got the materials for it. Okay, nothing that way. Alright. This could be it. This could be the one. Well, I'm saying this could be the one because it's got a bunch of larval tears in it. And there's a ball, obviously, for some unfathomable reason. Okay. All right. All right, let's see what we have in this chest. Number 3. It doesn't look like that important. Nope, that's just the somber smithing stone set. All right. All right, I might head up here because this looks like the end of the path up here anyway. So if there's nothing up here, then at least I've checked it off the list. And then if I'm going the wrong way, Summer Smithing Stone 6. Don't need it. So why 12 blueberry smoothies? Because heal from afar is actually far more efficient for my healing than having a red. Because it heals me for a lot more than what I'd get out of a red, and it only costs me part of my FP. Oh, I hate spears, guys. Yeah, I can do this and go pretty much just heal up like half my health for just a tiny amount of FP. So hate is the so Dark Souls 2 is the only one that doesn't have patches. Even Bloodborne has patches. Dark Souls 2 has a character called Hate. Moon of Skella. That's not what I'm looking for, and I'll check that out afterwards. But obviously I've gone the wrong way. So Dark Souls 2 has a character called Hate the Mild-Mannered. And he looks like Patches, but it's a different voice actor as well, right? It was a very deliberate choice. Patches, since Demon Souls, has had the same voice actor. And it's that very, very distinctly Patches voice. But Mild-Mannered Hate, I think it's maybe a talisman. I'll have a look. I mean, I'll just have a quick look. Yeah, it is. Increases memory slots. And it looks like it bumps me up from 5 memory slots to 7. Which is not bad if you need to equip a bunch of different spells. Not bad at all, actually. Actually, that's quite interesting. I might make a note of that because, like, full disclosure, the challenge that I'm working on, that I'm hashing out for Elden Ring, and I'll probably do that challenge, well, I think Elden Ring will be finished before I finish with Dark Souls 2, right? So Friday, Elden Ring slots will finish before Dark Souls 2. On the Saturday. But once Dark Souls 2 finishes on the Saturday, I'm thinking of doing an Elden Ring challenge that I've thought about before, and I've mentioned it before. It's the, it's like how many bosses can you beat without them actually detecting you or something. And I think there's room for having that, Moon of Skella. I haven't worked out the full logistics of it with exactly how many stealth spells or damaging spells that I will have, but it is an option to note that the Moon of Skella is a valid option. Alright. Clearly, I can also try here because this is a... Okay. Guys, we don't all have to have shields here. Hold on, let me crack this open first. Yeah, I refreshed chat as well. It's clearly not cooperating. Here we go. That's the item that I do need. All right. Now I can go turn that into the round table hold. I can kill Bailey, Renala, Melanie, and the other bosses. It probably might need to type that one a little bit slower. Just so I can't... See, it depends, actually. Because with that... Again, the challenge of that, how many bosses can you beat, is not to try and beat Bale. I've beaten Bale already. Bale's gone. Gone, done, dusted. At least for this playthrough. Again, hold on. I do have Bale's Flame Lightning, which I got from cashing in Bale's Dragon Heart. We offer all the bell bearings. Yeah, see, there's even Egon's bell bearing. Ymir's bell bearing. Yeah, I've got all of Ymir's spells. Purchase. So where is the number 5? See, I've got 76s as well. Pick up 2 of those. And then I can get 7s, 8s, and 9s. Like, I've got access from 1s through to 9s now, which is actually kind of nice. Alright. Let's see what I can do. Okay. So, for the next challenge, actually, like for the challenge that I'm thinking of, it will lean towards magic. It might have some, like, I'll need a close combat weapon, but whereas this one started with Bandit, for example, I will probably be starting with Confessor on that challenge. It won't necessarily lean all the way to magic. Well, actually, that's incorrect. It's not going to lean towards typical magic, like the Carrion spells or the Glintstone spells. But it's going to use combinations of like the spells that are designed to keep you sneaky. Plus, because I know Confessor starts with one of those spells. And then other things that I can use as spells or incantations that allow me to attack enemies without necessarily tricking them. Mostly magic, though depending on the boss, there may be some melee involved. Like, I've recently found a video on a way to cheese Loretta, the one who's the boss of Carrion Manor, that Loretta. If that strategy still works, that'll be melee only, because the cheese strategy works for melee. But then, for example, I've got to try and beat that boss, so I can get to Celavis, who's up in Celavis's Rise, do part of his quest and buy Frost Breath, which is what I'll actually need for different bosses, other than some of the other bosses, because there are some bosses who have immunity to, say, poison or Scarlet Rot or whatever else, but they don't necessarily have resistance to Frostbite. There are some bosses that I want to try and map out. I think Renala might be a possible option.
I see.
First things first, let me actually upgrade Teach. And I do... Oh, I actually need to use some runes. Fine. Inventory. I'll use a selected number and I'll use 5. But the melee will be secondary for that build. It'll mostly be magic. And I'm not going to play through the whole game crouched, trying to hide from every single NPC. It's going to focus more on hiding from bosses.
I see.
And it'll be interesting to try and see some of the different mechanics around detection and how enemy AIs are programmed at the start of each encounter. Yeah, there'll be stuff like that, like, am I partly invisible? Am I making noise? What armor am I using? Are there other little things that I can do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I need probably about 12, maybe 25,000 runes. Have I used Yoda? Not yet, actually. I'm upgrading Tish because I would suspect that Tish would have a status effect. And when I was looking at Yoda does a lot of just straight regular damage. He doesn't really do status effects. Honestly, though, because I've got access now to... Hold on. inventory. Let me just use the rest of these. If I beat Melania, maybe. We'll see how we go with Tish first.
I see.
But also, if I beat Melania, I can always use the runes I get from upgrading Melania to go and upgrade
Please.
Yoda.
Hugh was always so
Gone to the wrong option. Spirit tuning. I guess it'll also come down to how many great ghost glove wards I have, right? Oh yeah, I'm short by just a little bit. I have 2 great ghost glove wards. So I could upgrade Yoda afterwards, or I could try someone else from the DLC, like, say, Fire Knight Hild or Yolan and Anna. There's at least one more fun option around, and I do need a handful more runes. That should do the trick.
I see.
Yeah, big golem guys giving... I guess even at +9, Yosh might still be an option. Even if I can't go to +10 and I use, say, the Great Ghost Glove Ward on something else. But first things first, let's go put that out and we'll take each. Alright. Now let's head back over to where the Halig tree is. You are over here on the map. Which one is it? Inner wall roots? Which one am I at? I cannot remember for the life of me. Let me try the Halig tree roots. I think that might be the one. Yes, this is the one indeed. Alright, round whatever it is with Melania. Here we go. I can also, I guess, I'll keep trying with this setup at the moment. I just want to see how Tish goes. And then if I still need more work, I can probably look at upgrading one of the regular weapons to try that whole bleed, fire, ice combo. Alright, let's see what I can do. Okay, Tish is going in. So Tish is hitting with the black knife. Nice work, Tish. Actually getting the dunk on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is the one. It's like... I saw the attack coming and I couldn't run in time. Alright, that was my bad. That's my bad. That was my fault. I'm probably going to have to run in a straight line as well. Alright, let's do this, Tish. It's got low poise. Because I know she's got the full phase 2. Oh, what are you going to do, Melania? All right. All right, focus. Keep an eye out. Actually, we might be all right here. Oh, no, hold up. All right. Phase 2, I've seen this cutscene before, and I'm gonna run away. Run. I said run. Interesting. Oh, what is that? Jeez Louise, barely alive. Oh. I just noticed Tisha's like... Wait.
Extraordinary.
Okay. I'm clearly missing some gimmicks there.
Lord.
Okay.
Oh, dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
I'm just a little surprised. I didn't expect that to go as easy as it was. Given that I'd been butting heads against Melania for probably about an hour and a bit from last stream, plus it's been 50 minutes this time, I didn't expect Tish to go as well as Tish did. That's really unusual, actually, because, like, I think it's because Tish is so fast that Tish was dodging out of the way of Melania's attacks. But Tish very clearly got caught in a couple of those Scarlet Rot explosions. And I'm thinking it's because of that thing where, and this is me planning again to my challenge attempt, my challenge playthrough for Elden Ring, because the Black Knives are immune to like poison and Scarlet Rot and hemorrhage as well. Them being hit in the explosion only does the physical damage, not the Scarlet Rot buildup. It's part of the reason why I need to get a spell from Celevi's, which allows me to actually damage those sorts of enemies without using one of those status effects, and also without triggering their attention. But that is... okay, slightly unexpected. Is that 2 bosses and an NPC to kill? Yeah, I'm going to guess that Leandol's probably the last area to go through. In the meanwhile, now that I've actually got runes, you know what? Time to upgrade a bunch of the other spirit summons. I might as well have some fun and play around with the other spirit summons then. First one that I'm going to go to is... I don't know if I'm going to put any of them to plus 10, but you know what? I'll pick one of them to put to plus 10. Well, I'm going to put... right now, I'm going to put... I'm going to put Yolan and Anna, Yoda, and maybe someone else to plus 10. But I do want to make sure I purchase enough of the materials that I need. So I need one more of that. I need one more of... hold on. I need the Grave Glove ones. 4, 4, 5, 4. need 2 of those, and I need 1 of those, and I need 2 of those. Alright, time to start upgrading a bunch of the spirit summons to +9 at the very least. And one lucky summon is going to get put to +10, just for the funsies. Wait, which way am I going? Hold on, back over here. Wait. Where's she gone? Hold on, are you back here over here? Oh, yes, you are. Thank you.
I see. You're here.
Nah, she just moved. All her conversation's finished. She's gonna watch over Hugh. It's funny. I could, for funsies, upgrade one of these ones as well. Because these use a different set of ashes from the others, and I don't think I've upgraded too many of these ones. Actually, this one's going to be funny. I also want to upgrade that one. Anyway, let's get Yoda to +9, 8, 9, and I'll go Yolan and Anna. 8, 9, and for the funsies of it, I'm going to go Lieutenant the Albinora. And I can always buy more materials anyway. 8, 9. As for this end, I might actually go the Big Mouth Imp. Seven, 8, 9. I've got a bunch of Grave Glove Wards, actually. You know what? I'll finish up the Soldier Ashes. Hello to me. How you doing today? Thanks for stopping by as well. And also, Martin, thanks for stopping by as well. I should always say that, but, you know, if I do forget, I guess I'm used to the conversation. Yeah, if you're doing all right, hey, that's always welcome. I'm doing all right myself. I'm kind of just having fun Oh, sorry. Different person. There was... Martin's another person who drops around at times, and it's like... so they were around quite early on. I haven't seen them in a while. I'm guessing they're just probably busy with other things. I guess... I will ask the question. What's probably the best way to pronounce your name there? Is it Encod okay? Like... E-N-K-H-O-D. Encod. Yeah, that's all. Here's another one that I could upgrade. Just for funsies on this side. Probably... You know what? I'm going to upgrade the rats as well. Just for funsies. Encod. Yeah, fair enough. I'll call you Encod then. I can understand that, the whole separation of identities thing. It doesn't matter. If you're here as Encod, you're here as Encod. Still, I'll say as always, thank you very much for stopping by. Now, do I have a... Please, please. Well, and I guess I'm not upgrading the rats because I don't have Spirit Ash. I don't have one of those. Alright, you know what? I think I've got plenty of toys to play with. Alright, we'll take off Yosh. And I will put in... Oh, Lieutenant's only at +8. Lieutenant's at +8. Yolan and Anna's only at +8. I should put more into them. Josh is at 9. And then just for funsies, I'll put... you in as well. Alright, for fun, what I'll do is, every time I challenge a boss, I'll summon a different Spirit Ash. If I die against the boss, I'll rotate out to the next Spirit Ash. And I guess... I could finish up the Reduvia there. How many new playthroughs until I get bored? I guess it's the question of... When it comes to challenge runs, that's sort of where the attention will be. Gravity magic, or can you beat the base game only using this type of weapon? I don't necessarily consider those challenging, because the answer to all those questions is yes, except for one video actually I did see. It came across my feed and it was about, can you beat the base game of Elden Ring with only perfumes? To which the answer actually turned out to be no. Oh no, I've got no chance of doing the hitless challenge. Although, if you want to see the opposite, I know there's a YouTuber I keep an eye on because they do fun little challenge videos like that. Very, very much in terms of video editing quality, this YouTuber is absolutely up there with some of the best video edits. But they're actually going to do the opposite, which is the all-hit challenge, which is, I think it's like, all-hit is like you don't block, you don't roll, and you just take every hit that comes your way. And I think they're going for the all-hit challenge. And of course they'll succeed, right? The whole point of the video challenge is, yes, you can succeed. Again, though, the exception that I saw being perfumes, where it's actually impossible to beat the base game of Elden Ring with just perfumes, right? Perfume as a weapon could be classified as perfumes for the purposes of beating the game. And yes, if you went to the DLC and like got a perfume weapon from the DLC, you could beat the game with perfumes. But if you're talking base game perfumes, you can't actually beat the game because you can't beat Fire Giant. Because Fire Giant has a massive amount of fire resistance, and the only good offensive perfume is apparently a fire damage. Either way. And then there was that other one that I got a beat on, which was like, you can't, it's like kicks only. And that one was like, you could only kick, but then they used glitches to skip some of the bosses because it was like, right, good luck, for example, kicking Gideon. Not Gideon. What am I saying? Yeah, I know Gideon's coming up and he talks too much. Like Godskin Duo. Good luck kicking them because it's a 2-on-1 boss fight that you have to beat. And it was just like, you can't possibly kick them down fast enough. Yeah, bare fist only. I'll talk about one challenge idea. Actually, I'll be back very quickly. I just need to quickly take care of something. And then I'll talk about a challenge idea that I was exploring, but I decided it was not worth the effort. Alrighty, I am back. Thank you very much for your patience. Alright. To lots of ash. So, the challenge that I was considering in Elden Ring, and I did a little bit of mathing out on it. Actually had a little bit of an attempt at it, but I felt it was not going to be particularly a good challenge. It was a challenge about beating Elden Ring using the melee attacks of casting tools. So if I, for example, grab a Fire Knight Seal, like you can, casting weapons all have a melee attack. And it's kind of like dodgy. Like, why would you ever want to use it? Let's see what you say. Fallen unwavering, mindless of the scorch of the flame of ruin. Then we are yet golden. Okay, cool. You're just delusional. So, in Dark Souls, you can actually do a very viable challenge run of beating the game using only melee attacks from casting implements. In Dark Souls 2, and... Whoa! Oh, hold on. What happened here? What the... Wait, subterranean shunning ground? Where have I fallen to? Right. Okay, so the big guy kind of just attacked me out of nowhere. All right. No idea. So, yeah, back to what I was saying. Dark Souls 2, and I would assume Dark Souls 3 all have an actual way to deal damage with your melee attacks. Okay, what is with the subterranean shunning ground? Well, I might as well explore. Didn't mean to fall down this hole, but... Am I dead? No, I'm alive. All right, we're getting dunked on. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. That could have gone a lot better. Alright, let's have a quick look around. See what we got. Blood-soaked manchettes and blood-soaked monks. Oh, there is an enemy ahead, but I can't go through that. That's fine. we'll go down the pit. Yeah. Back to talking about that challenge. Unfortunately, Elden Ring doesn't have a good melee weapon with a good, with an actually like a good attack value. It's kind of weird. They really focused on blocking that up. I don't know what I'm doing here, but I guess I'll find out. All right. What else can I do? Okay. There we go. Whatever else is going on around here, I'm sure we might have a quick look. Alright, fire grease. And that leads us sort of back to where we were before. Right, okay. Now I understand where we're going. Oh, what is this whole area? Shadow thing? What is that? Oh, jeez Louise. Alright, what happened there? I got caught on a lock-on. That's annoying. At the very least, I can easily get back to where I was. Shouldn't be too bad if I do this. Run here, drop down, and we're literally just here. Okay, there we go. All right. Go here. Grab those. Huh. This is the tricky part. Now I need to figure out which way I'm going. There we go. Now, I don't know what's up here. There. Okay, we can crank this. So that opens that gate. The question is, why do we open the gate? Like, what's the benefit? That gate just leads me back to where I was. Yeah, that's the ladder up. Okay. And I mean, it's not like if you fall down the pit where you go to the pipes in the first place, you get stuck forever. And I don't know why you would need the message about be wary of right when... Huh. Jeez Louise, I got hit by sniper lobster. I quickly just move. Past the pipes. Okay, cool. Let's just run. Alright. Which way can I go? Oh, okay. Where can I go? Where can I go? Where can I go? Through here. That's it. I think we're fine. Oh, hold on. I'll take that. Right there. Beautiful. And this goes up. Okay, fair. Up is fine. Up is fine. What are we doing up? Alright, these guys seem to be spawning infinitely. Must be an enemy causing them to respawn. Pull the lever. Opens up here. Oh. So that opens up a pathway from the first bonfire now straight down to second bonfire. Thing is, what is causing these guys to respawn? Not sure, but whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't have to deal with it down here. Alright. Let's rest up. I level up. I could with just a couple of hundred runes, actually. Inventory. I guess the question is, what will I level up? You know what? We'll put the point into next. No, I'm short by about 11, a bit over 11,000 runes. I know what I'm going to use. Inventory. I think I've got one which is for 12 and a half. Use one of those. Level up, and I put the point into dexterity. Alright. Okay, I don't think... Actually, that one's not bad. I mean, it looks kind of stupid. Let's put it on again. Alright. Summoning pool functional means this is the way to the boss. Yeah, no. Alright. That's easy enough. This should be... I mean, these guys are basic. I would suspect these guys would be a lot harder if I'd come here earlier. Right. So what are we doing? Oh, it's one of those things. Now I see what it is. Right. Poison. Fine. What can I do with poison? craft any more of those? No, obviously I cannot. That'd be about right. All these guys are crispy. Brave glove, what? Nine. Alright, so we go around here. Yeah, okay, nothing here. Oh no, down. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, don't need to go that far, but alright, I can go back here, I think. Alright. Okay, so this is not the boss arena, but at the very least it does lead to an item. Golden Rune 11. But I have to go the other way. No. Nothing. Alright, let's keep moving along. Also, I probably should, for the funsies. Hold on. This is going back the way I came. No, it's not. It's slightly different. This is slightly different. I kind of like this though. Oh, come on. Who's shooting at me? Is it the other guy? Alright. So we've done a loop. Still no idea what's different. Let's drop down. This looks the same. This is the same. That's a little different. Okay. This... non-Euclidean catacombs. Non-Euclidean catacombs, of course. Oh, well, I'm kind of curious as to what's the programming behind all of this. Like, how it's coded. I'm guessing it's based on, like, the Mario logic. If you travel through an area a certain way, then that counts as triggering the next loop. It's probably what it is. It's just Mario logic. Yeah, someone else here probably trying to figure out what the logic loop is. So you run here. Got big guys. Got that item. Got that item. Maybe if I go backwards. Yeah. Maybe up here? That's the one, probably. Alright. That could be an option. Yeah, no, this is definitely a different area now. Alright, we have cleared the Mario logic. To be fair, it's not true Mario logic. I still don't understand the coding behind how that Mario works. Specifically, when I talk about Mario logic, I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers 3? Oh, come on. Sacramental Bud. Alright, we pull the lever. That opens up the doorway. And I think from here... Oh yeah, definitely. There's the boss arena right there. Let's see what we're dealing with. Escar, Priest of Blood. That's Escar, Priest of Blood. Okay. Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Okay. I'm guessing it's a talisman. Here we are. Blood loss in vicinity increases attack power. Exaltation of the Lord of Blood raises attack power when blood loss occurs in the vicinity. Render up your offerings to the blood of your Lord. Drench my consort's chamber. Slake his cocoon's thirst. His awakening shall herald the dawn of our dynasty. As it turns out, that was all a bunch of gobbledygook. Poor bastard. Yeah, poor guy got gypped. Absolutely, yeah, I don't think... Interesting. That's the subterranean shunning ground. Alright, well, let's head back up then. I think it's a pretty good exploration. I don't really think there's much else I can do down there. There probably is, but whatever. Alright, so if we go down there, that leads to the shunning grounds, which means we're kind of instead running up here towards the buildings. I'll pull out Yolan and Anna now. Actually, I already know who's technically next. I want to pull out the Big Mouth Imp, just to have fun with the Big Mouth Imp. Alrighty. I make it up there. Oh, nope. They've added a slippery dip to that surface. Alright, looks like we're going around. We at the very least have some towers. And we're kind of getting... at least a little bit further on and on. Alright. Oh, I can't use a summon.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Ring. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne. I guess high hopes for us. We continue to struggle. Unto eternity.
Jeez Louise, buddy. Alright. So you've chucked. Oh, that was like...
now.
He just changed the spells. Alright. Steak of Marek. Alright. There's a steak. I don't think an Ash of... Spirit Ash can be summoned. That's the steak. Alright, well, oops.
Until now.
It's just a triple spell. Just the repeated, what you call it? Like the carrion. I'll call it like the soul spirit equivalent. That one. Yeah, he's catching me off guard with the he does like repeated soul spear style attacks. That's the one that that's actually what's killed me every time. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Gideon's not tough. It's just if he does those repeated soul spear style attacks, again, that's the one that's going to catch me. If I'm really kind of stuck, I can always go back and like change things up in terms of the spell loadout. But I need something for magic protection. That's me getting caught on the pillar. I should have just been running. That's me. That's my bad. Yeah. Unfortunately, it means no spirit ash for this fight. It means I don't get to have fun with multiple people, but muscle memories. dead. As soon as I saw the first one come out, I'm like, I'm dead. Oh, that's frustrating. All right. That one was going pretty well, all things considered. I think I just have to not even focus on casting. It's literally just like, wait until Gideon does something that that's easily... Run. Okay, that's another hit. Jeez Louise. Oh.
You fought well until now.
No. Gideon, come on. I have a very special idea for you, Gideon. Very, very special, if I can get it to work on the challenge. I don't know why Gideon is trying to run up to me. Nah. The fact that he can cast 5 of them in a row is like really awful. Interestingly enough, the spell variety is like really nuts. Like, he's got a lot of spells. And a lot of them don't matter. I'm going to be honest. A lot of these spells don't seem to matter. Alright, here we go. That's another one I can hit. And then again. Oh, come on. Scarlet Rot. This is... I mean, the Scarlet Rot damage is not bad, all things considered. Yeah, you don't have any more flasks. Okay, you've only got the one. Hey, no, welcome back, welcome back. I'm just dealing with, like, a mage who just won't stop. It just won't stop casting. It's just like... Can you at least take a little bit of a breather? How you going, mate? Like, I know you've been busy running around. Anything interesting happened to you this week? Oh, jeez. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you cast that one? Take that. One, two. Vocal cord strain. Yeah. That's the rough life of a vocalist. 1, 2, 3. Can you please cast that one? Yes, thank you. I'll take that. I just need you to cast it one more time. Thank you. That's it. Should have this. Done. Done. Yeah, vocal cord strain is like... It's annoying, but if you catch it early enough, which I'm guessing you have in this case, it's not bad. Just like, you know, you can take a couple of days to recover. Scepter of the All-Knowing, plus your trashy gear, don't actually care about it. Alright, so we could go up here. This part, at the very least, of Landol is a little familiar. Was it just like week running backwards and forwards? It's been a busy week. Yeah, I've had a busy week as well, actually, on my end. Like, hold on, making sure I go the right way, and I don't really know which is the right way. Doesn't matter. Like, I've had a pretty busy week, all things considered. Oh, these messages must be from, like, the regular capital. But I'm kind of lucky. It's been a lot of running around on different tasks, but not physical running around. Still, a lot of backwards and forwards on things. Yeah, if you've been busy, I'm guessing it's like schoolwork, assignments, that sort of thing. Ooh, oh, I don't think I can go that way. I don't think they want me to go that way. Yeah, no, that's all good. Internet problems are what they are. Don't be too concerned if they happen. Which way am I going again? This way, is it? Yeah, it is this way. Alright, what do you say? Return the Lord as... first Elden Lord to brandish the ring. Okay, cool. So we go up the branches. I don't have enough runes to do anything with 150,000. Not gonna bother. Go out this way. then that'll lead over here and then up to the Erd tree itself. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you've had like if it's mostly been schoolwork that's kept you busy, inventory. You know what? We'll spend all the runes. I get the feeling I'm approaching the sort of the final boss anyway, so might as well cash out on everything. $285,000. All right, let's see what happens. I get one level up. I'll put the point into... There we are. Dexterity again. Hold on. Why is this fogged up? Why is this fogged up? Oh, they've put a boss up here, haven't they? Hold on. Very important. We're going to do this. So, first one we summoned was Latena. Let's put... I actually want to have fun with the big mouth imp. Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. Oops, accidentally bumped the mic.
It's been a long while, Morgoth.
Oh, Morgoth's dead.
Long and hard didst thou fight. Tarnished warrior, spurned by the grace of gold.
Graphics were a little choppy there for a
Be
second.
assured, the Elden Ring resteth close at hand.
Right. Yeah, because we did burn the tree. It had it coming.
Alas, I am returned.
Okay.
To be granted audience once more.
Is Romanto Italian or Spanish? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. It sounds Italian.
Upon my name as
It
Godfrey,
could be Spanish. Depends.
the first Elden Lord.
Okay, so this is actual old man Godfrey. Hold on, Godfrey, give me a second, please. I just want to. Thank you. Ah, not the poor him. I mean, you can play it as either. If you're not sure, you can probably look up the word and just see if it does come up with anything. got you, buddy. Heal. I got you again. Heal. Oh, hold on. No, 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 no. You're gonna live. You're gonna live, buddy. You're gonna live. There you are. Alright, what's happened here? Yeah, if Vermonto, you could play it one way or the other. It depends. If it's a made-up word, then it's made up.
Thou didst me good service, Sirach.
Oh. Oh. Ew. No, my luck, I'm about to get absolutely destroyed right now at the start of phase 2.
I've given thee courtesy enough.
Mind you, this is metal as heck.
I fight as Horalu. Warrior!
This guy is metal as heck. Oh, not my spirit. Yeah, I wasn't gonna have much of a chance there. Oh, the big mouth imp was funny, but alas, not enough damage. Yeah, I don't know how you'd get Fermento when it's like V. Vermonto. But again, that's just thinking to the way, like, and it would be pronounced in Italian, would be Vermonto. Like vermicelli or something like that. Also, there's nothing wrong with taking an existing Italian word and sort of just having fun with it. Although it's kind of... yeah. Just have fun with the word. Though it is, yeah, when you look it up, you get something completely different, like Vermont. Alright, I'm gonna try Yolan and Anna this time. Let's see what comes up. Alas, we are back in phase 1. Alright, let's go. Put it through the blender. Oof. Oh, okay. I think I just lost my spell. My favorite name came up. Gualtiero. Hold on. Gualtiero Apolinar, leader of undead armies. Jeez Louise. Angelo Belmont. Nothing is Castlevania. I mean, it's a Castlevania game, unless you're doing again like Order of Ecclesia style thing where it doesn't even involve the Belmonts, then it makes sense. Oh yeah, Yolan and Anna did the job. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay. With that other NPC name, Gualtiero Apolinar, leader of undead armies, is that meant to be like a full title going on in there? Or is that like as in you have to read the whole thing out? Or is it like Gualtiero Apolinar, comma, because one of the things you may... Yeah. It's one of those things where depending on the style of game that you're going for, whether it's 8-bit, 16-bit, again, you've thought about this before. Think of how much text might reasonably fit on the screen. Like if he's introducing himself as that title, but then if the boss title that appears with the boss health bar, if you do have boss health bars, would probably just be like Gualtiero Apolinar. And I can put a level up, and I'll put the level up into dexterity, because why not? And then the next one is going to be up here. And the next summon off the list is going to be Yosh. Alright, what are we dealing with up here? Touch the golden light. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah. Just think about how much text might fit into something like a 16-bit game if you don't want to make it too long. I think like if you've seen Shovel Knight and I think Shovel Knight, they have the boss names up with the health bars, but you don't have too much text. So just think about the presentation in that sense. Alright, who's this guy? Or lady. I don't know. I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you can keep the text as HD, but if you're going for that presentation, it's all visualization stuff. You can worry about that later on. You kind of want to, like, get your core gameplay loop down. So even if it's a test model, and then, like, test environments, but making sure your movement, your combat, everything else, that's all nice and smooth. Alright. Who's the redhead? Okay, and you're cutting a pose, but I still have no idea who you are. Radagon of the Golden Order. Right, well, at least I have a name. to a ground. And I get dumped again. Cool. He's using holy magic. I'll have to switch out to the blood knife. Alright, come on, Yosh, you can do it. Okay. Visually, the architecture of the game is like a mix of Sevilles and Milanos. Okay. Mix of Spanish and Italian architecture. Yeah, no, that's fair. Fair. I mean, I think it was you said you wanted to go to Sevilles on a holiday if you could. I'm going to take off the Big Mouth Imp. And I'm going to put in... I'm going to try Yolan and Anna again. Unfortunately, it looks like Radagon here is doing all holy, so I've got to use the blood weapons. But again, the visualization stuff, like the graphics and the architecture, that you can design, you can think about it now, and then build that into the engine that you've built for your game. I think that's where a lot of people get stuck when they're making their own fan games, is they get caught on the idea of presenting this demo of a game that looks really nice and feels well, but never goes anywhere because the amount of work you put in up front is very little compared to what you've actually got at the end. Louise, he held onto that crap forever. And it's not even about predicting the assets. This guy likes to hold on to his attacks for a long time. Start again. This guy seems like he's immune to bleed as well, which is kind of rough. I might try... You know what? I'm going to bring in... We'll say Tish. We'll try Tish. Yeah. I'll point out, I've been following the development of a game now for quite a few months. I wouldn't say the game's for everyone, right? But I'll put the game's title in chat. It's... Okay. So the title of the game is 34 Everlast. Salgar, but doesn't fit. So you're using it as a nickname. Yeah, that's fine. 34 Everlast is a game that's currently in development, slated to be released in 2025, I think they're aiming for. It's literally a one-person studio. But you may have seen a trailer, or the name might strike a chord, but it wouldn't be anything you might be familiar with. The name sounds fairly generic enough. But what it is, if you go to, like, I'm following the progress of the game on the Discord, and the posts about the game are literally like each day. It's like, right, so I've been working on the menuing for the game and how the text menus, like how the inventory and system menus are meant to flow. Or I found this one single bug and I spent like half the day trying to squash it. Or, hey, I finally implemented the transition from the travel, like the main battle worlds to like the overworld. That's the sort of thing where, no, I'm not a programmer. I'm not. I have no programming skills. This person who's making the game is a programmer. And they're doing it themselves. But the game, all the footage that they're showing off the game is literally like, it's a model on like, the world itself is being constructed, but there's no visual elements being put in at this stage. Because it's, at least for this developer, it's far more important to flesh out the whole game. And then once the game is done, then put the visual elements in. Now, if admittedly when you're working on a 16-bit game, you won't have to deal with that in the same way because you are using sprites. But it doesn't mean you can't, for example, take a basic sprite from somewhere and use it as a temporary function if it fills the same role as, say, a custom sprite that you are looking to have in its place. Alright, let's try this again on Radagon number 3. Jeez Louise, Radagon, please calm down. Chucked a little too early. Knew that pixel stuff ain't gonna make it. You think clear pixels are ugly? Twist the shorts. Remember, a lot of what we associate with like the muddy pixels is more just due to like probably just like old CRT. Radagon, please, calm down, calm down. Teach, get in there. Hey. Teach, please, 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 teach. Radagon? No, 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 no. Oh, come on, Teach. Yeah, a lot of the old Radagon, all you need, just not focus on me. And Teach just needed one more time. Yeah, no, that's pretty standard. I can see that happening. Let's try the big guy in again. Yeah, I don't want to use Mimic here for this. If this fails, I might rotate back out to Yolanda Nana. I might give Yolanda Nana another shot. Yeah, 2D sprites, 3D backgrounds, I could understand. Jeez, Radagon really loves holding on to his attacks. Almost there, almost there. He'll attack me, it's called Castlevania 2. Oh, don't worry about him. Listen. You're never going to appease anyone. Let's face it, like Dark Souls versus Elden Ring, you already know my stance. I don't think Elden Ring's as good as the Dark Souls series. But, if it's not their cup of tea, that's on them. Now, Radagon's dead, what happens from here? Because that was a full stage boss fight. Oh. Alright, big old hand. Big old hand's taken Radagon. Yeah, you've told me that one already. Souls-like in terms of like stamina management and dodging and some of the combat elements. Metroidvania in terms of like exploration. Alright, what is the big old worm over here? Okay, and they gave the worm a sword. Right, okay. Yeah, and that's fair. Alright. Elden Beast. Okay, alright. You've got a lot of attack. Alright, am I going to get chased down? Nope, it's gone entirely for the goal. I'm fine with attacking the golem. Golem takes like no damage. What's happening? Oh, what the? Where's... Doesn't matter, just heal. Just heal. Don't have any... Don't have enough FP. Just heal. I like the music. I'm just listening to the music in the background. I love it. It's very subdued. There's no excitement. There's no energy. It's meant to be about that sense of mystique. And like, what exactly is this thing that is so out of the blue? You're not quite sure what exactly you've gotten yourself into. I kind of like this. It's different from, say, fighting Wind, Lord of Sin, or something like that. Yeah, that's not good. What is this? Can't see anything. Alright, what are we looking at? 3 rings. Oh yeah, definitely a lot of big flashy attacks. Surprisingly nothing that really kills you in one hit, although you could get comboed out. I think the thing that could probably kill you more than likely is either getting chased by all the ranged attacks, or the ranged sort of beams of light that he fires from his sword. If he hits you with enough of those in a row, It's Elden based done. Elden Remembrance and a God Slain. Fair enough. Alright, what do we have here? I did it. Praise the Elden Ring. Time for stars. Okay, so this is actually Marika, who is super fractured, super broken. And we are at Fractured Marika. It's literally called Fractured Marika. This. Oh, summon Rani. So my two options at this stage are I can touch the Fractured Rani, oh, Fractured Marika, or I could summon Rani. Buddy's going in. Good luck. $500,000 runes. I'm guessing because I can rest at the side of grace here. If I wanted to, I could keep exploring. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I think I just beat the final boss of the game. So it's kind of like, well, I guess that's Elden Ring, really? Yeah, no. The Golem Smith was just like one and done. It just takes so many hits. It's really helpful. Yeah, it looks like my options. Like, this is pretty metal here. Fractured Marika. And it's like a half broke, like actually more than half broken statue of a god. We have a look on the inside. Oh, Elden Ring. Why do you have to do this with the camera? Every time you just want to get a bit of the detail and it thinks I'm going to clip into an object, the camera freaks out. It's funny. I actually want to talk about this briefly with cameras. Camera issues like this, and I'm going to rotate slowly and slowly, and bang, right there. Mitalo. That one I'm not sure about. I don't know. It sounds a little bit generic, but again, it doesn't matter. If you're making up words, you could use it. Maybe this is a YouTube chat thing, but if you had those little accents on top of the O, you could probably get away with it. And that'll be the thing that sells it, is the use of how you use the letters that are sort of very heavily used in Italian in order to give the feel for that language. So, especially with like, hold on. Especially with where you were going before with Gualtiero, Apollinar, you could probably put like an accent on the O of the Apollinar and that changes the way it's pronounced entirely. Or Vermonto. Yeah. It's about just playing with words. Thankfully, as a 2D game, you don't have to worry about this. Random object in the background, rotate into it, camera freaks out. Oh, I don't know if I can get that game to work. I might try. Looks like I'll have a few... I'll have a little bit of time. One way to solve this sort of camera freaks out when it gets to an object that it's a solid object is to actually just have the camera phase through said object. It doesn't have to do this. And I feel like when it does this, this is the cause of a lot of camera issues when it comes to Elden Ring bosses. Because the bosses can be huge, but because of the way the environment works or the way the boss works, it just like the camera clips through, like hits the boss or an environmental object, zooms right into the character, and then you can't see anything. Please just make the camera just clip through objects. And because of that, because of objects hitting the camera, I'm going to do this instead. We'll summon Ronnie in. Because at least I don't clip the camera out this way.
The
Yeah, that's all
battle is
good.
over, I see.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of thought with the DLC, and you fight Mikola and the consort of Radahn. Oh, I didn't even notice the head. It'd be funny if, like, if you were the consort of Rani, you could have an intro where Rani's like, "This is my consort," and then she joins in on the fight. That'd be super cool. Anyway, do take care. I think this game's about to wrap up anyway, so I'll give final thoughts and then finish up.
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul. Now cometh the age of the stars.
Okay.
A 1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond. Into fear, doubt, and loneliness. As the path stretcheth into darkness.
With this stupid beak helmet and the bandit mask that clips through.
Let us go together. My dear consort eternal.
Oh, we don't even get a handhold. That's Elden Ring. World created by Miyazaki and George R. R. Co-director Miyazaki, Tanimura, who's from Dark Souls 2, plus the cast. Alright, my thoughts. It's funny that Elden Ring starts off so strong. And then it kind of just... There are elements that just feel way too long in the game. So, for example, I'm talking like things that artificially pad the game lag because of the nature of the open world. Having to run around to all these little locations for golden seeds and for sacred tears. And I'm sure in the game I didn't find every golden seed and every sacred tear and didn't get my flasks up to the maximum that they could. I feel like, though, the amount of work that I had to do to get my flasks to where they were is... it's a little bit of an issue, because often in locations when there are... okay, not quite, but I'll be clear. At the start of the game in Limgrave, whenever you visit a church that has a sacred tear, you at the very least get some conversation from... I can't remember the lady who gives you tolerance. And she gives you a little bit of lore about Marika or about the world. So you're at least getting something a little different, a little bit unusual. Two things though. Number one, on your second playthrough onwards, you don't really care about the lore. Right? And number two, and this is a problem with all of those locations, especially the Sacred Tier ones, in almost every single location, there is nothing else except for the Sacred Tier. Now, there's one church up in Caelid where you meet Millicent. And Millicent, at the very least, starts you off on a quest line. There's another church which doesn't have a Sacred Tier, but it's got the turtle where you can go row your sorcery and incantation books. But then again, that's kind of just that. But a lot of the time, there's nothing else there. The same problem, in a way, also applies to the DLC. Half the time, to get your get your Shadow Tree fragments or your revered spirit ashes, you're looking at traveling to locations that have nothing else aside from that Shadow Tree fragment or that revered spirit ash. Biggest one I can point to is Shadow Tree View, which is after Commander Gaius. You beat Gaius, who's an otherwise tough boss fight. Sometimes to the point of, like, literally, why do you have to hit me for like 80 to 90% of my health? And you beat Gaius, and then you go up to Shadow Tree View, and all that is there is just a bunch of Shadow Tree fragments. There's nothing else. There's no items to pick up that can give you lore. There's no ghost NPC sitting on a chair or praying that can give you a little bit of information. There's nothing. And so all that running around, all that busybodying, detracts from the main flow of the game, which leads to base game. You're intended to go from up to Stormvale Castle. You go past Margit. You then hit Godric. You go through Godric. You go to Leonia, and the game's like, go to Leonia, go to the Royal Magic Castle, and you beat the Red Wolf of Radagon. You beat Renala, and then the game's like, congratulations, you've probably got enough runes, great runes. You can now make your way from Leonia up to Leyndal. And you make your way up to Leyndal. And you go from there, you go to the castle, you beat Morgoth, you go to the giants, you get your flame to burn the tree, get stuck in Farum Azula because you've apparently got to go there for some reason, which is not explained why, except you need an item from Malekith, and then you come along and you go that way. But in terms of gameplay, theoretically, the whole of the west side of Leyndal is entirely optional. South of Limgrave is optional. The entirety of Caelid and the entirety of the Underground is entirely optional, depending on what ending you go for. There's this huge swathe of the game that is considered as optional, but depending on where you are stuck, if you need like sacred tears, or you need tears for your flasks, or you're looking for a specific weapon or item which you constantly have to refer to a guide for, or if you need a specific Ash of War or something like that, which you have to refer to a guide for. Then you are forced into these optional areas simply to look for 1 or 2 or 3 items at most. Caelid at the very least has a reason of going, right, you can fight Radahn here, and if you want to progress this character's questline, Alexander, Jar Warrior's questline, you could do so. Volcano Manor, in the same way you can teleport to Volcano Manor, same way you can do with Caelid, and you can fight Rykart there, and you can progress a couple of quest lines and go that way. But it's like, there's so much of the game that just feels optional because of the scope of the game. Now think about the flow in Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1 specifically. You have to fight, there's like 20 something bosses in the game, and you have to fight, there's gargoyles, Spider Lady, Iron Golem, Fatty and Slim, or Snorlax and Pikachu, whatever you want to use. There's 4 bosses so far that are mandatory. And then for each of the routes to the Great Souls, yeah, we'll go no for the moment. And then for each of the routes to the Great Souls, you can go 1. It's typically 2 bosses. Like 4 kings is Sif and then 4 kings. Seath is literally just Seath. So that's 1. Bed of Chaos is Demon Fire Sage and Bed of Chaos. And Nito is Pinwheel and Nito. So a total of 9. That's 13 bosses. And then you fight Gwyn and it's 14. A lot of the optional bosses come from areas that you can bypass. So you don't need to fight, say, Gaping Dragon. You don't need to fight Ceaseless Discharge, who's down in Demon Ruins. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Centipede Demon's a mandatory boss. They had to throw 1 more in there. So 15 mandatory bosses. So what's optional? Gwendolyn. Capra Demon. Yeah, because you can skip Tauros Demon and Capra Demon. You can skip those. Especially if you've got the Master Key, you can just skip them. So that's 1, 2, 3 bosses. This charges 4. I'm trying to think who else is in the game that's mandatory or optional. And it's funny because the optional bosses are all front-loaded as heck. Except for Ceaseless Discharge. But I think that's about it. The DLC has like Artorias, Manus, and Calamite. And Calamite's optional. It's Artorias and Manus that are mandatory for the DLC. Sorry, and Sanctuary Guardian. So there's 4 bosses. 3 are technically mandatory for the DLC. And that's a fairly short, compact game, all things considered. I'm just thinking, there's so many bosses in this game that are optional because they only have like a single item behind them. Like a single, like even just there in the final, in what could be considered the final stream, we have there was 1 boss down in the subterranean catacombs under Landor, and all it drops is a talisman that if you are a character who inflicts blood loss either on an enemy or yourself, you gain an attack point boost, and that's it. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an enemy that you beat and it dropped it like it's underwear or something, and that's all it gave you. Somehow I wouldn't be surprised. But I just feel like there's a lot of padding and a lot of bloat in this game. Anyway, who will I give the
I see.
spirit tuning to? I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on. Yolan and Anna. Why not? They at least get a good attack. Yosh just doesn't quite have the damage. Okay, and this is where you can begin Journey 2. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think Elden Ring is an okay game. Effectively. It's not the best game in the series. And I think I would like to see them, FromSoft, return to more structured games. Just simply more nice, straightforward, directional games. Like, Armored Core is perfectly fine in that sense. Bloodborne, Sekiro, Dark Souls 3, whatever you want to do. But open world is not great. I don't think this nails it. Let me have a look. I can go shopping for stuff. Let's have a look around, see who's got what. I could buy Rolana's helm. Malekith's helm. You know what? Why not buy Malekith's gear? And I'll buy Rolana's as well. And the Royal Knight stuff. Why not? Oh, that's Renala. Alright, and then what can I get for this? That's right. Light of Mikola. The strength of Mikola upon his deific return wielded an incantation. Annihilates foes with a spear of light, or pillar of light. Mikola sought to accept all that was and would be, but found one that refused to be embraced. No wonder, as one god and one consort. No wonder, as one god and one king consort, is all the world needs. And you can get Lord and Light. Great swords of black steel wielded by Radahn in his youth. Pair of weapons. These were in his possession immediately before his triumph over the stars, the swords of a lord who does not rely on physical strength and gravity alone. The unique skill promised the consort imbue two great swords with the light of Mikola, then deliver a slashing attack accompanied by claws of light. Additional inputs allow for follow-up attacks. Or if you could go light, and you get light speed slash, assume a luminous form and leap forward to deliver a downward slash at the speed of light. This attack will be followed up by an additional light attack, charged to increase the power of the skill and number of follow-up attacks. Oh, we've already had a look at a lot of this. Here we are. Remembrance of Melania, goddess of Rot, hewn into the Urge. The power of its namesake can be unlocked by the Finger Reader. Mikola and Melania are both the children of a single god. As such, they are both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. One was cursed with eternal childhood, and the other harbored rot within. Well, if you had the rot within, I could understand why you get upset, but eternal childhood is like, okay. So this is a blade built resistant to rot. Some claim to have seen wings with... And that's waterfowl downs. Causes blood loss buildup. And then this is the... Scarlet. It's a gigantic flower that blooms into an explosion of Scarlet Rot. Each time the Scarlet flower blooms, Melania's rot advances. It has bloomed twice already. With the third bloom, she will become a true goddess. Elden Remembrance. It was the vessel beast of the greater will and living incarnation of the concept of order. That's so base. Marika's hammer or sacred relic sword. Okay, stone hammer made in the lands of the Newman outside the lands between. The tool with which Queen Marika shattered the Elden Ring, and Radagon attempted to repair it. The hammer partially broke upon shattering the ring, becoming splintered with rune fragments. Unique skill Golderbreaker. Leap up high and while suspended in midair, imbue the rune shard with light before smashing it down hard onto the ground. The heroic Radagon's signature attack. So it's a bonk hammer with holy. And this is a great sword. Holy again. Sword wrought from the remains of a god who should have lived a life eternal. Thoughts on what the weapon portends are many and varied. Some consider it the mark of a great sin or a sign of great devastation. Some think it as the end of an age, while others the beginning. Unique skill Wave of God. Imbue the sword with bygone golden glory and fire it at foes. A wide golden wave fans outwards, sweeping through all enemies caught in its path. That's the attack that Elden Beast could use, and I could see potentially also shooting you out, as well as all the light ranged attacks. Remembrance of the Dancing Lion, Twin Moon Light, Crescent, Sunflower, Frenzied Flame, Mother of Fingers. Here we are. Horoalu. When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was robbed of his grace, becoming tarnished, he took with him his kinfolk and left the lands between. After the long march of the tarnished came to an end, Godfrey divested himself of kingship, becoming a simple warrior once more. He can get the Axe of Godfrey. Was broken in a battle fought as leader of the tarnished during the Long March. This weapon is symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, later becoming an emblem of the Golden Heritage. In the days of the past, a crown was warranted with strength. Unique skill Regal Roar. Let loose a mighty war cry, raising attack power while sending out a shockwave that cannot be guarded against by stomping the ground. While active, strong attack becomes a lunging slash. And then the Earthshaker. Horoalu's Earthshaker. Slam both hands into the ground, or onto the ground, to violently shake the earth and unleash a shockwave. Follow up with an additional input to slam the ground again. Usable on all melee armaments. I'll take it. And I'll take that, because it's fun. And I'll take that one. I'm just picking up all sorts of things. Why not? I'm going to just randomly pick up items. The Land of Shadow. Leap up and skewer the foe from overhead. If successful, the weapon's barbs unfold to excruciate from within, else additional input releases barbs in the air. There is something of the Golden Order in the sight of those fixed on this... Oh, this crux. I'll pick up the Great Sword. The Head of Netir. wielded his weapon without modification. From the center of the fingerprint that wrinkles the creature's foremost protrusion, a tiny wart-like eye gazes vacantly into the beyond. That's hilarious. Let's pick that up. We'll go Light of Nicola. Morgwyn's Sacred Spear. And the Sacred Red Sword. And how much do I have? Inventory. Yeah, we'll spend everything. Why not? And let's get some more equipment. We'll pick up Melania's gear, because we can. And I'll pick up Renala's stuff. Okay, 1, 2, and then 1 and 2, and that taps me out. All right. That, all things being said, I would not mind completing a challenge for this game. I do very much have an idea, and I think it's a good idea. It's not necessarily about, oh, can you actually like complete the whole game doing this? It's about seeing how much you can actually do when you start trying to test things out and break things. It'll be interesting. It's more like a thought experiment built as a challenge run. But that'll come afterwards. As for what I'm going to play next week, I've got an idea already. I've got to see if it works. If not, then I'm going to play something else. But I'll work out those ideas. But I will wrap things up here. So yeah. Overall, I think it's probably a solid 7 out of 10. Too much horse. I would honestly like to play Dark Souls 3 or Sekiro, but I don't have those. Anyway, I guess I'll wrap things up here. If you've been watching along or you're watching after the fact, as always, I'd like to thank you very much for your time. And I do hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, that stupid beak mask.